Do you want to be financially free? Do you want to create a generational wealth that live beyond you? Or do you want to live life in your own time? Listen up, because I'm going to share with you how I did it as a first generation immigrant from Africa with nothing behind my name, with nobody, no resources, and no support. For those who are listening for the first time, my name is John C. Smith Jr., and I'm your visionary, your mentor, and lifestyle navigator. A few years ago, when I was back home in Africa, I struggled a whole lot. I only have 50 cents to live by anymore. And even with that 50 cents, I could barely survive. Then I become homeless. I sleep on people's table in the restaurant. When I see that everybody's out of the restaurant, that table is my bed for the night. It gets worse. I get arrested one day when I was just on the street, and one of the rebel leaders arrested me. They want me to join forces with them, and I refused to join forces. From there, they grabbed me, they put me in jail. When I was in prison, I began to spend that time to reflect on my life. I think about my life, I think about what that would look like for me. I dream and reflect on being worthy. I dream and reflect on being able to live life in my own time. But the only obstacle is that I'm in jail, I'm in prison, I'm back home in Africa, I have no option. Then I said, okay, only if I can go to a country or somewhere where I can have the opportunity, where I can actually build my own wealth, that would be awesome. I dreamt about that, I think about that until 2001, when that opportunity comes. And that shelter opened to me, and I come to this country. When I get to this country, things are not that easy as well. I struggle and work my way through to the point where I was able to create businesses. I was able to help as many people as possible, and from that, I was able to create my own wealth that was able to live beyond me and be able to help as many people as possible. However, as you all know, to get from being hopeless to being hopeful, from zero to hero, is not easy. The struggle continues. The biggest issues I encountered when I was creating my wealth in the past 10 years was time. It's one of the biggest issues. The second is what I call a TMI, too much information or information overload. And the third is resources. I do not have the resources, and the biggest one is money. Because money is what you can use to create and build a generational wealth. When I begin to reflect on that and how I was able to overcome some of these obstacles was just so phenomenal. I'm going to share with you some of the ways in which I was able to overcome this. When it comes to the time factor, I began to be intentional about how I spend my time and began to be intentional about really how and when I want to create wealth. Then I schedule time, I block my time on my calendar with a goal in mind to focus specifically on wealth creation. Then when it comes to the too much information, which is the second obstacle I had at the time, was just looking for somebody who has been where I wanted to be. A mentor who have experience, who can guide me into where I want to be. And that really helped me a lot to stay focused on specific area, to be specialized. And from that, with that in mind, I was able to overcome that obstacles and then begin to build my wealth. The third area, which is the resources, is just the challenging part, because I don't have any money, I don't have anyone who can actually help me with money. So what I use is what I call leverage. So I leverage what I have so that I can be able to find our resources, which is money, and I was able to use this money to continue to invest and build a legacy that lives beyond me. In order to help as many people as possible to be able to create a generational wealth, I've created a program called the 3D Generational Wealth Strategy. This 3Ds generation strategy is a 3-month program that I've developed based on my proven concept and what has helped me to build my own wealth. The first month of this program is the define phase. The define phase is the first month, and the second month is the design phase, and the third month is the determine phase, which makes it 3Ds, right? So the first month, which is the design or define phase, is when I will help you to define your wealth why. Why do you want that wealth? What does that look like to you? Because clarity is everything. If you are clear about what you want, then you can find and be able to get what you're looking for. So we have to make sure that you are very, very clear about that. You have your goal, you have your vision, you know exactly how much you want, where do you want to live, the life you want to really live when you get retired, and everything. So that will be done or reviewed in that defined phase. In the month 2, which is the design phase, this is where we specifically focus on what it is that where are you now and where do you want to go financially. And this is where we talk about your number. How much do you need for you to be able to retire without you worrying about working in the next 10, 20, 30 years? What does that look like to you? What is that number for you? So we will talk about that in that design phase. Then in the third month, which is the determine phase, this is actually where the rubber meets the road. This is where the action does take place. So we're going to take everything you've put together in month 2, and then we're going to look at what specific sector are you going to specialize on? What is going to be your specialty? So I'm just giving an example here. So let's say the part that can get you closer and faster to your goal is maybe real estate, or the part that can get you faster and quicker to your goal is starting a new business, or the part that can get you faster to your goal of being wealthy is maybe doing stock or whatever, stocks or whatever I want to do. Then we'll focus on that. So that's just how that program it looks like, and I have used this multiple times on my own. And when I started that process, and within a year and a half, I was able to acquire close to 8 to 10 properties on my own with that. For me, I'm specializing and focus specific on real estate, and I was able to do that. And it's interesting because I had someone also that I was trained or educated on this, and within a month or so that she started this program with me, she was able to at least through leverage get about 300,000 that she never thought she can really get, easily get, and she used that money now to begin to invest in other things, area that she really want to focus on. So this program works. So this is not just an idea or theory. This is what I'm doing on my own myself to build the wealth, and I'm still doing it now. So I want the same result for you. If this is what you want, if this is what you really want to build, and you are really serious about creating wealth, you are serious about generating wealth, you're serious about living life in your own time, join this program, and I'll be more than happy to help and support you. So, as 3 choices you have to make: either you get this information and do nothing about it, or you get the information and say, great, I can do this on my own and make it work on my own, which is what I did in 10 years, and I went through the cycle until I was able to find somebody to help me or be like a mentor for me. Or you can take an action, which is a preferred option, which is book a call, schedule that meeting with me, and I can go over some of this information with you so that you can create your own wealth and you can leave a legacy, that life that lives beyond you. So it's a decision that you have to make. But when you're making that choice, just keep in mind that it's a choice that is best for you. Do not live the life of regret and regrets that had I known I would have made this choice, or I would have made this decision. So please make an informed decision that you feel that is best for you. So I look forward to be your lifestyle navigator. I look forward to be your mentor. And I look forward to be part of your way to success. And I look forward to be part of your story. All right, and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.